The movie starts with a thief named Lou.
I'm Louis Boom.
He is cutting the chain fences when he gets intercepted by a security guard. The guard tells Lou that it's a private property and asks for his ID. As Lou approaches the guard to hand out his ID card, he suddenly attacks the guard and steals his watch. Later, he sells all the things he had stolen to a scrapyard owner. After negotiating on the price, Lou asks for a permanent job, saying he is a hard worker and will constantly improve himself. The owner remains unimpressed and refuses to hire a thief.
I'm not hiring a thief.
However, Lou is impressed by his judgment. As he is going back to his apartment, he witnesses an accident on the road. Two officers are trying to rescue a pregnant lady from a burning car when suddenly a news van arrives at the spot and starts filming the incident. Lou, intrigued by their profession, observes as they meticulously document and conduct interviews with officers. Later, he inquires about job opportunities with one of the cameramen, only to be rebuffed. The following morning, while watching television, he stumbles upon news coverage of the previous night's accident. During the day, he goes to proletarian shopping of a bicycle and promptly sells it to a pawn shop for $800. Additionally, he acquires a camcorder and a police scanner. Later that evening, he tunes into the police radio, eagerly awaiting updates on citywide crime and accidents. Upon receiving notification of a crime scene, he rushes to the location. Upon arrival, he begins filming the suspect and the officer present. The officer, infuriated, demands that Lou cease filming or face arrest. After receiving an update about another nearby accident, Lou rushes to the scene and notices another cameraman already recording. Lou tries to take a close-up of the injured person, which infuriates the personnel on site. A police officer then tells Lou to back off, along with the other cameraman who had maintained the distance. The other cameraman also gets upset on Lou. As the cameraman starts contacting his client to sell the videotapes, Lou eavesdrops on the conversation, further aggravating the cameraman. Subsequently, Lou visits a news station where he meets Nina, who expresses interest in his video. He narrates the entire incident to her and presents the footage. Impressed by his work, Nina asks about the price. Lou initially requests $1,000, but she counteroffers with $250 via check. Later, when Lou inquires about the type of news content they prefer, Nina indicates a preference for crime stories, particularly those involving whitelists and perpetrated by blacklists or other minorities. Lou understands and leaves. The following morning, while watching the news, Lou discovers the channel airing the video he captured. Intrigued, he begins researching police radio codes to enhance his understanding. Later that afternoon, he interviews a man named Rick. During the interview, Lou questions Rick about his past employment and familiarity with California roads. While Rick confirms his knowledge, he also expresses skepticism about the nature of the work. Lou explains that he operates a thriving TV news venture and offers Rick a position. He outlines Rick's responsibilities, which include monitoring the radio, learning police codes, and assisting with navigation. Lou proposes a payment of $30 per night, which Rick accepts. In the evening, they listen to the radio together and receive an update about a fire outbreak. While rushing to the scene, Rick inadvertently gives incorrect directions, earning a disapproving glance from Lou. Arriving too late, they find the ambulance already departed. Lou faces ridicule from another cameraman, prompting him to express frustration towards Rick, emphasizing the significance of $5.
I bet I wasted $5 of gas just getting here, or don't you think that's a lot of money?
In response, Rick defends himself, telling him not to rush him as he gets nervous. Lou understands and agrees to his request. Afterwards, they reach another crime scene. Lou proceeds to interview a woman nearby who recounts a man firing shots and attempting a robbery. Despite the legal implications of trespassing, Lou finds a means to enter the house and records everything within, including a couple outside reporting the incident to an officer. Later, Nina expresses admiration for Lou's work, while another crew member named Frank accuses him of trespassing. Despite Frank's objections, Nina opts to utilize the footage. In the following days, Lou tirelessly dedicates himself to his work, monitoring police radios and documenting every accident he encounters. Eventually, he purchases a new Dodge. They drive through the city while listening to the radio. They arrive at the location of an accident, and Lou tries to take an interview of a man who is informing the police of the situation. Lou gets shouted upon by the man. He then goes near the spot of accident to record it. He even adjusts the position of the man who just went to permanent vacation. Then he starts filming him. His competitor cameraman named Joe arrived, but he was late this time. Lou receives a check from Nina for his video. Emboldened, he asks her out on a date, but she declines, citing a policy against dating coworkers, which strains their professional relationship. Lou counters, suggesting that rejecting his proposal could have similar ramifications, leaving Nina taken aback. Later, outside the station, Joe approaches him with an offer to join his expanding business by adding another van to the fleet. He rejects the offer despite Joe insisting. Joe says Lou is making a mistake, but he doesn't care what Joe thinks.
You, twerp.
Later that evening, Lou goes on a date with Nina, knowing that her 2-year contract as news director is nearing its conclusion, with the next month crucial for determining her job security. Lou offers to assist her by providing top-quality content on the condition that he wants to reorganize her guts, to which she ultimately agrees. A few days later, Rick asks Lou for a raise, but he refuses, suggesting that Rick seek alternative employment if he's dissatisfied. Upon receiving news of an airplane crash via the radio, they hurriedly head to the scene. However, they arrive too late, hindered by police preventing access to the crash site. To Lou's dismay, Joe had already captured footage of the incident and mocks Lou for his tardiness.
Welcome to the future, brah.
Back at the news station, Joe presents footage of a car crash to Nina. When she inquires about the plane crash, Lou admits to missing it, much to Nina's frustration as Lou failed to fulfill his promise. Back at his residence, Lou expresses his anger calmly in front of the mirror. The following day, Lou pays a visit to Joe's residence to fix his van at free of cost. Later that night, while out for a drive, Lou receives a radio dispatch regarding a van crash. Upon arriving at the scene, he discovers it's Joe's van. Despite Rick's advice against it,
Hey, don't film that, man. He's one of us.
One of us. Gobble, gobble, one of us.
Lou begins recording, capturing footage of Joe being loaded into the ambulance. As they drive away, they receive reports of an armed home invasion. Arriving at the scene, Lou disregards the property boundaries and starts recording amidst blaring alarms. Upon hearing gunshots, he retreats into the shadows and continues filming. After 2 men flee in an SUV, unaware of being filmed by Lou, he enters the house and starts recording. Real professional, for f***'s sake. He finds several people resting with ketchup spilled all over the place. Leaving the premises, Lou edits the footage and presents it to Nina. She is thoroughly impressed by the quality of the content and consults Linda from the legal team about the possibility of airing it. Linda explains that they would need to pixelate faces and conceal identities. Nina and Lou then commence negotiations regarding the price. Nina initially offers $3,000, but Lou counters by mentioning that the victims were not Gen Z. Given that this incident involves rich white collars, he insists on $15,000 as his final offer, or threatens to take his footage elsewhere. Additionally, he requests introductions to the station manager, director, and anchors to establish relationships with them. He also stipulates that his company, Video Production News, be credited as the source during the broadcast. Nina agrees to his terms, introducing him to the team, and they proceed to air the footage. Lou feels a surge of satisfaction as the news anchors mention his company's name. They explain that the cameraman arrived at the scene prior to the police, intending to offer assistance, but ultimately opting to document the unfolding events due to the severity of the situation. The broadcast proves to be a success, prompting the director to call Nina. They express a desire to meet Lou. The following day, while Lou watches the news, 2 detectives pay him a visit at his residence. They inquire about the incident, and Lou repeats the fabricated narrative of his attempted assistance. He also mentions observing a black SUV and 2 unidentified men exiting the house, admitting that the darkness obscured their features. The police request a copy of the video, and Lou complies. That evening, he captures screenshots of the 2 men and the SUV's license plate. He traces the SUV's whereabouts and, accompanied by Rick, reaches its destination. There, he briefs Rick on the situation and extends an offer for the position of executive vice president. Rick's delight is evident, and he inquires about a potential raise. Lou confirms and asks for his desired rate. After contemplation, Rick suggests $75 per night, a significant increase from the previous $30. Lou agrees, and they strike a deal. Later, Rick realizes he could have negotiated for more and expresses a desire to revisit the terms, but Lou reminds him of their agreement. Lou explains they'll wait for the right time to tell the cops about the suspects and that they'll start recording after the police arrives. Rick says holding back the information could put people's lives in danger. It's like letting harm happen. He wants to renegotiate their deal using this as leverage. Lou asks how much, and Rick suggests he gets half of what they earned tonight. Lou agrees. They follow the SUV to a restaurant. Lou calls the police, telling them about 2 Hispanic suspects at the restaurant who might have weapons. Lou instructs Rick to exit the car to capture a different angle of the video. They begin filming as the police arrive. With the arrival of another police car, the suspects open fire. One of the criminals has their subscription canceled by the police, while the other manages to escape. As the police give chase, Lou and Rick follow, recording everything from a wide angle. The pursuit culminates in a car crash involving both the police and the suspects' vehicles, while Lou's car remains unharmed. Stepping out of the car, he takes a peek at the criminal and tells Rick that he is dead. Rick approaches with camera, but as he begins filming, he realizes that the criminal is not dead and gets returned to sender. Lou records everything. The criminal steps out of the vehicle and spots Lou recording him. He chose not to shoot Lou, maybe because the source of the evil in them was same. Police arrives and sends the criminal from the basket case to a casket base. In Rick's final moments, Lou tells him that he trusted him, but he took advantage of his trust. He could have done the same thing in the future, which is not good for his business. Rick acknowledges the feedback gratefully before returning to rest. Lou shares the footage with the news station, leaving them astonished by the content he has documented. Detectives arrive and demand the news station cease broadcasting. Nina refuses, insisting they obtain a court order. The detectives then arrest Lou. At the police station, Lou claims that after the detectives left his residence, he observed two men in an SUV outside. Later that evening, he noticed the same SUV tailing him, suspecting them to be the previous night's suspects. He then informed the police after a stop at a restaurant. He states he recorded everything as part of his professional duty to document events. The detective doubts his account but lacks evidence to refute it. Lou exits unscathed. Sometime later, Lou now oversees 2 news vans and has hired 3 crew members. He welcomes them and briefs them on their tasks. The end.
Wait a minute!
To join the channel, subscribe to my YouTube channel and then click on the Telegram link given in the description below. Until next time.